I'm Electric.
BritSmash!
And welcome back
to Supergirl.
Alright, so we're getting back on the horse and going through where we are, excuse me, sitting right now. John Cryer is on his way to Supergirl. As Lex Luthor.
Yeah, we know he's coming. It's gonna be great. Tyler Hoechlin, we're gonna see him in a few episodes because he is gonna be Superman and it's gonna be great. Okay.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see how Supergirl fits into the crossover. So...
Plus he's coming back for season 4 anyway, they said, aside from the crossover.
Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's what I said. I mean, if I'm wrong, please politely correct me.
Yeah. No,
it's cool.
He's a great Superman, and I can't wait to see him again. So, shall we get into it?
Yeah, this is Supergirl.
Season 4.
Episode 5.
Parasite Lost.
Those look gorgeous. Aesthetically pleasing. Lovely.
The internet's a cesspool. You shouldn't read it.
You know, I should make a public statement in disregard any connection to these people.
Sips tea.
Any statement will validate the trolls, okay? Besides, all press is good press.
I don't see how hate groups praising Guardian could be good press.
You've unwittingly crossed the divide, and that is the way to effect change.
Interesting.
Maybe you're right.
That's a good take.
Right.
Well, she has to be. She has to look into that kind of stuff in order to... She's a Luthor. Look at her last name. She has to be positive in that aspect.
The ginger juice? 12. You see, James, the ginger root keeps the booty of the immune system. It also strangely makes the roof spin. Long live the Legion.
That's nice to see.
What? It takes 12 to knock him
The sun
out?
is shining. Thank you, but I think Jean should get the credit on that one.
Remarkable speed. Are there any more scones left? You know. Your address is 775 Gladiator Second floor corner apartment. Your phone number is 555-8010. You stop at Bob's Diner every morning and order an extra super large coffee.
Why didn't you call?
You told me to find you, not call you.
Oh my god, you stupid! Oh my god, Brittany!
To make a toast. Here, I told you.
She meant call! Oh no. Oh, ah!
A word.
This bitch.
Interpreting
She's not a bitch, probably. She's just doing her job, but...
Since this is not good.
I sense this.
Thanks. I'm commending you. Director Danvers.
I'll see.
Any sign of our traitor, Agent Jensen?
Not yet. Gaining national cities.
She's intimidating.
Shows his face.
But fair.
But fair.
Keep up the good work.
She's just doing a review. Just
My goodness. See, we're...
doing what you're doing.
We only lash out because we love our characters, but people
That's a
just,
cute outfit, Kara.
people just trying to do their job. You know this guy?
On the day.
To heal the human heart.
Now, you need to stop obsessing about these trolls and start writing your speech.
It's
He can
Jensen.
actually be recognized as
Been
a hero.
located at the National City
Yay! Aww.
I
Power.
don't care what anyone says. I love shapeshifters.
Me too. One's
So
named
does
Beast
he.
Boy.
Sir, would you like to come?
It's not just Jensen. He's been infected by Parasite. Dr. Danvers, we lost him.
Damn it. You alright?
Fuck.
Damn, we just killed that guy.
Neglected to inform me that Agent Jensen is not a human.
We're lucky the host doesn't have the ability to retain the powers it absorbs. So, we'll try to get Jensen when he's at his weakest.
Director Danvers.
Wow.
She's... I'm waiting for her to bring down the hammer.
Extremely helpful.
I have to. Power of the press.
I'll write and file my article, but if there's any other situation, alien or otherwise,
I know who to call.
Ghostbuster!
Alien 2. And she left me her number. I've seen Miranda every day since. And guess what? She stopped using her inducer.
That's an inspiring story, Miles. Thank you so much for sharing. God.
I gave him tea, as always, last night before bed. I retired to my chamber. This morning, when I came to wake him, the amulet was gone.
was that girl?
No one I recognize.
Well, that's another matter entirely.
Run the algorithm.
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Yeah.
That's impossible. I promise you. Amadei Darrows would never have thought about me. He's my father, and I've never even met the man.
Amadei is your father?
He shut the door in my face. He said he'd never even acknowledge the child.
Did think about her. You were at the forefront of his mind.
It must have been somebody else.
Damn, that's hard.
Make a good team.
Right. Well, I already work here, so...
I was hoping I would find you here.
Ah! He does that thing when he touches his chin when he's like struggling to like be calm.
So I heard. And just to be clear, you want us to go. People are concerned, James. People have alien whiplash. I mean, I understand the super cousins, they protect us, kinda. It just... it drives them deeper into darkness.
So then what happens if he actually does it? Then are they actually going to change their minds, or are they going to get fed into more of their hate?
You will not lay this at my feet.
I mean, I agree.
Thanks, Cassie, and I'm sure Amadei can feel that.
To an extent, I understand, but at the same time, it's like, there's some people that, sure, once you listen to what they have to say, they calm down. But there are still people out there who don't give a shit.
Well, the thing is that nobody wants to acknowledge
There's a
people's
vigil forming
fears,
outside his home.
and thus they alienate them from the other people, and then they are viewed as a villain, and then at some point they decide that if they're going to be viewed as a villain, why not just be the villain?
But it gave me enough time to get some sustenance for you both.
We'll talk more
Kara
after.
texted. The children of liberty are right. All roaches do is bring misery. Our country is overrun with aliens, and it's time to fight back. They needed help online. I answered. Jensen.
Alex, the amulet. Elizabeth's mother stole it. She gave it to Jensen so he could keep the powers he's been taking.
I'm starting to wonder if we need less balance and more taking a stand. Especially when it comes to the alien problem. I think we need to reassess their value to society.
You're one of our top centrist commentators. You're not one of those fringe people like him.
Oh shit, he staged it.
Ooh. Fucking hell.
He staged it. Because no alien can touch him. He'll absorb with power, but Jimmy doesn't have any fucking... He fucking staged it. Ooh!
Oof.
Yeah, Alex!
Nice. My car! She's willing to make accommodations, but when it comes to the greater good, she will always go for the greater good. Oh shit. You actually... What? That's crazy. Whoa, that's awesome.
I still see that good man who's scared, but he's still in there. It's okay. I'm okay.
It's a him, mine.
Wait, so they had a vigil for him, even though he wasn't dead yet?
They had like a, you know,
Okay.
get well soon, you know.
It's much better to have you in charge than that imposter, John Jones.
No!
Excuse me? John Jones is the one who recruited me, promoted me, and taught me everything that I know. He's my family. And he is the best director this organization has ever seen. Yes, ma'am.
We'll work on that. I still believe there's hope for you yet.
Damn it, I knew there was gonna be something. Didn't expect it to be that.
Mara Melbeck said the store got vandalized and wanted you to get to the bottom of it. She got their number.
He's a detective?
you're the guy to go to when the aliens can't go to the police.
Detective Jones on the case.
Yeah!
Yeah, fucking. Jesus Christ! You might as well have a fucking whiskey on the side.
Aliens of National City. We'll talk to a different alien every week, but not just the noted ones. They don't have to be saints. Aliens are just as flawed as everyone else.
James Olsen.
Hey, did I catch you at a bad time?
No, you just caught me in the middle of some car trouble. I got all the time in the world. What's on your mind?
Ooh, I like.
Okay, we're gonna get political because apparently this show is going political all the time. Even though it was a comic book show. Not my cup of tea when I don't want to talk about political shit on a thing, on a platform that it's fine. I'm sorry. I think I said it last time. I love Supergirl, and they said they're going a more political route. And granted, they did political stuff last season, but not on this heavy basis. It's completely foreshadowing to how it affects the real world.
Yeah.
And while I think it's important, while I believe a lot of things that, that CARA stands for, equality, people all having rights to everything, sometimes it's exhausting to see it in a TV show where I want to escape the people bickering and all that bullshit. But this episode was good.
I agree.
I really did like this episode.
Sorry.
I wanted to talk first, then I want to talk about the conversation between Jimmy and
Ben Lockwood.
Ben Lockwood. I think certain things that Ben said was right.
Indeed.
I agree with you. His whole people...
Sorry.
It's something you talk about a lot with psychology. There's something that you always tell me. Go ahead and inform them.
You're putting me on the spot. What do you mean exactly?
When it comes to people talking and communicating.
Okay, so when you deny people's fears, when you shut doors in their face, when you refuse to listen, and what a big thing I saw is that, yes, there are ravings that can get too much, but I saw Jimmy just shutting down. Every time Ben was talking, he shut down. And yes, I realize he's the bad guy, and what he does is horrible. But the foundation of it is not. When you slam doors in people's faces, when you call them evil things, when you demonize them, and I'm not saying that they're good people because they do the exact same thing.
It's not just one side that demonizes people. It's both sides.
Exactly.
There are extremists on both sides.
Exactly, because they want to write them off as, what was he saying, fringe or something? Where it's like, okay, I'm saying Ben Lockwood is a bad man. He's a bad man. But what he's coming from is, we saw the episode. He came from a different place.
He came from a place where he actually believed in people, he believes in people giving chances. He's just an alien. He's not going to hurt anyone and all that shit. And he transformed by circumstances that happened to him, changed his opinion, and then he became a fucking extremist.
So, what I'm saying is, if you stay on one side, and what you do is you don't demonize people, and you listen to them, and you talk with them, there is a way to change them. Just as Ben Lockwood changed from an honest businessman who believed in equality to an extremist, he can be changed back. And I'm not, this is obviously a comic book show. That's where it crosses the line. Not in terms of oh, you shouldn't do that, but he's a bad guy. He's the villain guy. I'm saying since it wants to continue to connect to the real world, what I'm saying is you can take somebody that believes in something, and you can change them, but you have to listen to them and you have to talk to them.
It's all about, I feel like, understanding. I believe in listening to everyone's side, not automatically labeling them as, one negative thing. I actually have an instance where I'm not going to name names, where I'm talking to certain people about, different opinions on different topics, right? I stand in a place where I'm like, just because you believe something doesn't mean I automatically think you're a bad person. It's your actions that show. Like, I always try to listen to understand people's opinions, and so when this certain instance, I understood why they thought that. Do I have to agree? No. Understanding and agreeing are two completely different things. This show is trying to, this episode specifically is like, we need to show all spectrums of everything. Not in this show, not every alien is good. There is some darkness to it, but that's the same to humans. And they're trying to reflect that in the real world, which is so fucking true. Nothing is black and white. And so when I listened to, when I was talking to these people about, to this person, about how, you know, I don't want to write out anyone for what they believe. I believe in listening to all sides, so I can have a better understanding of why, so then that person has a better understanding of why I think differently, but we are left with an understanding, maybe not a change of opinions, but at least a better atmosphere where we can understand each other and be civil with each other. That's it. That's all I was asking for, and some people don't want to do that. I don't think that's right, but I also think this is a time for people to learn, to listen. And this person I was actually very upset with, because instead of trying to understand where I was coming from, they ripped me off as like, oh, you think this then. I'm like, no, we literally stand for the same thing. We agree in all the same subjects. Just because I'm not going to write off people who don't agree with me doesn't make me a bad person. That makes me trying to be understanding. And I think I respected this episode because it kind of took me back to that conversation. And it's right. This show is completely right. We have to, as humans, as people, at least listen. If we listen, then others will listen too.
Exactly. What I've been thinking about is that if you believe something, does that mean if you believe the same thing that I do, that we came to that conclusion in the same circumstance? If I'm a supporter of this and you're a supporter of the same thing, did we arrive at the same support from the same conditions? No. Because we all have different lives, right? So when somebody in the show hates aliens, when somebody in real life is a Trump supporter, why did they come to that conclusion? And when you get to the heart of it, you can actually understand them and work with them in different ways. And what I'm talking about is when somebody is hating aliens in the show, why did they come to this conclusion?
Did something happen to them, or are they just literally, they just hate him for no reason?
Which is Graves, Mercy and Graves, but you know. As far as we know. But anyway, we saw Ben Locker. We understood why he does this, right?
Is it right? No.
Is everybody's experience the same as his?
No.
So can other people be changed in different ways?
Yes.
Can they come to a different conclusion if they're shown a different way because they didn't go through the same extremes?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that we should always, I'm not, oh, if you just talk and listen to everything, fine. I'm talking about getting to the root. And it's not the root of the problem, it's the root of why they believe in this. And if you can talk to them about the way you feel the way you do, and maybe have them gain a better perspective but still hold the values that they do, that's not a bad thing. That just means they understand you and you understand them.
Yeah, I think that's what this episode was trying to do very well. Shed a different light on everything. Because they keep saying that they're so divided in the show. That's pretty much how we are too. They're not sugarcoating it. Our society is fucking divided as fuck. I don't want it to be. I want everyone to have equal rights. My belief is I want everyone to have equal rights no matter what your race, your gender, where you stand, your religious preferences. I believe everyone deserves equal rights. I don't think that anyone should be granted, what's the word? No one is above another, no one is below another. I like to judge people by their character. regardless of how they are. I judge them by their character. I don't put labels on people. I don't judge you by the color of your skin or what gender you are or what religious preference you are. If you're an asshole, you're a fucking asshole. If you're a good person, it's because you are a good person, and that has nothing to do with how you look, what you believe. And if it's something that I don't agree with, I want to talk to those people so I can understand. And if I walk away thinking, okay, at least I know where they're coming from this place, then great. If I learn that they're misogynistic, and I didn't say that correctly, if they are vile and they misogynistic, thank you, then I don't want to associate with that. But at least I came to that understanding, so I understand where they come from, but I don't have to agree with it.
It's because you came to that understanding on your own, not by the labels that you've been given.
Yes.
So, in conclusion, thank you for coming to our TED Talk. Anyway.
TED Talk.
But seriously, guys, I implore you to please listen to our entire video and know that we don't discriminate based on your political preferences. And I hope that you don't ours, because we're very loose, I'd say. Open, rather, sorry.
Yeah, we're very open. That's like loose.
Sorry, wrong word. Wrong term. But I hope you listen to what we have to say, just like we've been saying. And if you don't agree, that's fine, but just as long as you listen to what we had to say. That's what matters.
And I feel like our fandom, I kind of made up a name for us. Finally, you guys are the electrifiers.
Oh my gosh.
I like it!
So, electrifiers. Oh my god, okay.
Okay, I went back and forth because our name is weird, so it's either the electrifiers or the BritSmashers. Yes. They are both. But all the ladies are the BritSmashers!
Oh my god, you're trying to say the guys that are in this?
No, I'm not gender profiling. But
No.
It's just fun. Everyone in general.
I wasn't saying that, but
No, I was making a joke.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, so let us know what you thought about this episode.
Yeah.
We are getting back on the wagon, which means that we will be returning to YouTube bi-weekly schedule, and we'll also be returning to the Patreon schedule that we've set up before. So stay tuned for that, and always keep it open. Yeah,
I just want to say thank you guys. I always look at the comment section of everyone who supports us and everything. Everyone, it gets rough sometimes, but you know what? Everyone, for the majority of everyone, does a good job listening. They do a good job listening to the different opinions. I know it's just about TV shows when we have things that we talk about and we debate and people don't agree, but that's the start. If we could be civil over TV shows and differing opinions on there, we can translate that into the real world. Sorry, that's just what I think. You know what I mean? I remember these two people, comment below if this was you. I was reading, they were talking about The Flash or something, and they're like, oh, well, I don't think that I like this. And someone commented while I understand where you're coming from, I don't agree. I think this. And then I just literally read their thread where they go back and forth being civil, and they're like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't, agree. I think this. And and I get that, and I'm doing that, and they did that, and I just commented, I'm like, this is beautiful. And then they both freaked out. They're like, wow! I'm like, yeah, I read your thread. It was great.
Oh, yeah, it's weird. For me, when I, comment, and people are like, thanks for comment, for replying, well, yeah. I don't know, it's weird. I sadly have stopped reading comments just because at one point I think I got a little fed up. But that was, a divisive episode. And I got kind of,
It's when people don't want to listen to understand.
But that hasn't happened in a while, and I just need to get back into reading the comments because I would do. What you guys think.
I'm getting better at reading more comments, though it is kind of upsetting when I do see some spoilers. Not that I've seen anything here. Supergirl, you guys fine. But, I'll see comments about people commenting, what they think of me, that I'm too out there and stuff, and everything. So that's why it gets hard for me sometimes, because then people just think I'm annoying. They're like, why are you with her? I'm like, I don't know. Why is he with me? Sorry, that was kind of a joke. Kind of. I was also a little bitter, but it's okay.
Alright, guys.
We veered. Let's get back.
Oh, it's been weird.
Thank you guys so much. I did love other parts of the show, like Lena trying to be optimistic, brainy, drunk.
Yeah, exactly. That was awesome, and then the fact that we were pleasantly surprised by the general, only to be wham knocked
They're
down.
like, I'm waiting for her to be an asshole, and then she says at the end, John, like, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
I was like pleasantly surprised in the beginning. I'm like, oh wow, she's not gonna be like that. And then we were both like, oh, so she's nice, but she's still gonna make those hard calls.
Which is
technically
crazy.
Yeah. It's like I'm like, I can understand it, but at the same time, like, okay. And then she's like, I'm glad we got rid of Jean. I'm like, okay, listen, you don't touch Jean. What did he do to you? What did he do to you? No, not what he did. Like, what did he do specifically to you to say those words? Because you don't touch John.
Alright, guys. So, thank you so much for watching.
Again, comment below your guys' thoughts. If you would like to see this full episode reaction, full and uncut, check it out on Patreon. The link is below.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye!